seeing in my own life how things can turn around in an instant with mindset. I have faith in all of us. Hello, I have a message for you. No matter how bad you think your life is, it can get worse. That doesn't sound like a very hopeful message, does it? On the contrary, I recently had an episode in my life, a couple actually, where I thought, well, that's it. Best part of my life is over. I've wasted all these years. I didn't prepare for this kind of situation, and now I'm screwed. Well, things got better. And now I fully appreciate things as they are. I realize that as bad as I think my life is, I have it pretty good. I have learned that every morning when I wake up, it is important to itchy. It is important to appreciate, be grateful for what you have in your life that is going well. And I won't go through the list of things in my life that I'm grateful for, but I do that as I wake up in the morning, just naturally. The first thing I think of is, oh, I'm so grateful for this. Because last week, the first thing I was thinking of when I woke up was, oh no, it's real. This situation is real. It wasn't a dream. And the worries and fears were following me around all day long. And nothing was the same, and I thought nothing would ever be the same again. Well, things have returned to relatively normal with some modifications, but overall, this has been, going through a difficult time has been a beautiful gift, because it has given me new hope, new life, a fresh start, and I am ready to make changes. Big change number one is just always be grateful. Always keep the thought in your mind that you appreciate the things in your life that are good, that are comfortable, that where you're safe, where you don't have to live with worry all day long. And also, I'm looking at areas in my life, my physical world, which are such a vivid indication of where my mental world has been. And I look around at my home, and I look at the clutter and the undone, unwashed laundry, and the undusted floors, and the bits of mold that need to be cleaned off the windows, and my ungroomed dog who desperately needs me to cut his little toenails. And I realize that's a reflection of my disordered mind. And I've already begun making changes in that area, cleaning, organizing. I have a plan, and I have begun executing that plan to gradually get all areas of my life as cleaned up as I possibly can. And to do my best to always focus on the positive. In this world, in this life, there's always something to feel bad about, to be unhappy about, to feel negatively about. And in America right now in particular, it seems like the country has gone mad. It's insane, the stuff that is going on in this world and in this country. And everything's changing. But just like my personal experience with things hitting rock bottom, maybe the country has to hit rock bottom before enough of us wake up and make a change. We are grateful for the things about America that we do have, that we still have, that are working. Not to say we shouldn't speak out against the things that are wrong, that are unjust, that are broken. Of course we need to do that too. It's the thoughts and prayers alone are not going to fix the problem, but the thoughts and prayers are important. They're very important. And I don't think enough of us realize that every day when we look at the news and we focus on the negative and we send some hate out, to the people who don't agree with us or who have different points of view from ours. And we think, yeah, this is helping. This is not helping. This is adding negativity on top of negativity. And instead of sending out some love to the things that are working and speaking out with facts and with logic and with ordered thinking, that is a way to address these problems. Screaming hate at people only makes them even more rooted in their stand. Yelling at people, I know this from my own self as well. If you want me to do something, just scream at me and tell me to do the opposite, because I will get stubborn and angry and do the exact opposite of what you are screaming at me to do. And I know it's childish, but that's how we are. We're all that way. Nobody wants to be screamed at and told how stupid they are. That's not going to change anybody's mind about anything. The world needs to get to a point where we are more appreciative, we are more loving, we are more generous and kind and focused on the positive. And I know it sounds very Pollyanna, very naive, but I think it's naive to not understand that everything is energy and everything is vibration. You know how good it feels to feel love, to feel appreciation for something. You know how good it feels when you're part of a group that really loves something, like a musical group or an artist or a movie, and you're part of that fandom, and you know that feeling of, oh yes, I love these people. I love all these people who think like me and agree with me. Love is a very powerful force. It is the most powerful force. It is what created the universe. It is what we are made of. That's why it feels so good, because it is a connection with who we truly are. Why hatred or fear feels so bad is because it is the total opposite of who we are. When we hear someone voice their opinion and we don't agree with them, and we feel so horrible that we want to lash out at people, that doesn't feel good, right? So why do we think that connecting ourselves with that negativity is going to change anything? That is, we're powerless. We're powerless when we are lost in our anger and fear. We're powerful when we feel the love and appreciation for ourselves, for each other, for the world, for the planet, for the universe, for the Creator, or God, if you will. That's where all our power is, when we connect to that. So going forward, my plan for my own life is to be grateful, to focus on the positive. And I think that's what we all need to do in order to fix some of these problems that we are, as a collective consciousness, are going through, particularly right now in our evolution as humans. We need to reconnect with our truth, with our true selves, with the love inside us, and stop focusing so much on the negativity. I know we get stuck in that cycle of constantly seeking out, and the algorithm feeds it to us too, the negativity. When we dislike someone, a celebrity, someone is canceled, or a particular movie, or whatever it is, a politician, we get stuck in that cycle of just consuming that content constantly, just feeding the anger, feeding the anger, feeding the anger. And we're only hurting ourselves, we're hurting our cause. A lot of that content is just made to manipulate us, to get clicks and get views and make money off of our nature. It's our nature to, as humans, to seek out contrast, to seek out the drama of the human experience. And we always forget. We always forget who we truly are and our true power, which is love. So I personally am trying to avoid some of the negativity, focus on the positive. I still want, I still want the news. I still want to know what's going on. I still want to know what policies are being signed into law, and the stuff that's happening in the world. Obviously, we have to stay informed. But I also want to spend more than half of my time focusing on happiness, joy, love, and my true power, and to hopefully inspire others to do the same. And when we reach a critical mass of people who are focusing on the true power, which is the power of love, which we know because we can feel it. When we love something, when we appreciate something, that feeling, that's our true power. And when that reaches a critical mass, things will shift. And let's hope we can do it. I have faith. I have faith we can do it. Seeing in my own life how things can turn around in an instant with mindset, I have faith in all of us. Because truly at our core, we are all just love. We are all perfect, loving souls. And I feel like we can access that. We can shift. We can make this human experience something beautiful and progressive, and shift the world, shift the planet, shift consciousness, and make it exciting in the opposite way. It's exciting right now in a negative sense that all these horrible things are happening, and it's very dramatic. But why not we shift to amazing dramatic things are happening in the opposite direction, in the direction of inclusion and love and acceptance, and creating technologies and products that help us all to live joyfully and peacefully and fulfilled lives of love and acceptance and creativity and happiness, and getting rid of some of the stress and the difficulties that living this current experience has become for so many people in the world. Life is drudgery. It is sorrow. It is pain. It is stress. And I feel like we have the technology, we have the ability at this point in our development, with what we know and what we've created, that we can change that and make life something better, something truer to our true selves, our true souls. So do your best. Focus on the positive in your own life. Let it radiate out into the cosmos, into the vibrations of the universe. And I love you guys. Thank you so much. And I will see you soon. Bye.